I haven't been on here for a while. Thought I'd give myself a bit of a break, seeing that YouTube were knuckling down on all the DIY, things that women were doing to their skin. Seeing that that wasn't really something that they wanted, and they were taking down creators' channels, I thought I'd refrain from doing any of that. So I decided to take a break, and when I wanted to share something that was creative, I would jump back on. And that time has come. All right, so I now produce beaded jewelry, and I also produce candles. I enjoy doing both of them. Originally I started with the beaded jewelry, went to a few markets, found that I really enjoyed that. Of course, very amateurish. I'm a lot better now, but I look back and I laugh at some of the photos that I've got. But it's all a learning curve. And if any of you have got things that you enjoy making, I would suggest to you that that's something you could try, especially if you really enjoy it and you're good at it. It's nice to have a business that you enjoy and is quite relaxing, especially if you have a job that is the opposite to that, and mine is the opposite to that. So having a creative type of business helps me balance my work that I go to and my business. All right, so from making my beaded, these are the types of beaded jewelry I have. I love these seed beads. They just look so pretty, almost like lace. And I wear this one a lot because this one is supposed to be jade and black onyx. And I think yes, I do. I also have a tiger eye in there. This is supposed to be like a combination that helps you with prosperity. So fingers crossed, and let's hope that my business is prosperous. So far, it's actually holding its own, and I'm hoping to take it to the next level. So up until now, so the past 18 months, I've produced beaded jewelry. I do have some children's jewelry. I have some necklaces and that type of thing, but predominantly I like to do the beaded bracelets. Okay, so from doing that, I've also developed an interest in candle making. At first it was just the molded ones, and I still do them, but not as much. But I now have a passion for container candles, simply because of how the whole thing comes together. It's not just a candle in a container, and that's what a lot of people think. It's about the type of wax that you use. So I use a very high quality wax. I try and source as much as I can from Perth, Western Australia. What I can't, I try and get from over east. And if I struggle with that, then that's the only time I go overseas. But I try and get as much as I can from Perth, Western Australia. That is who I want to support. Even if it costs me a little bit more, I try and focus on getting all my products, especially the wax, the wicks, the fragrance oils. I like to get them all from Perth, Western Australia. Okay, so yes, there's a bit of a science behind it. So it's not, you have to test it. You have to keep testing them. So depending on what type of wax you use, what type of fragrance oil you use, you need to adjust the type of wick that you use. And it all depends highly on the diameter of your container. So it's not the depth, but the diameter of the top of the container. Which I've found fascinating. I wasn't even aware of any of this stuff, but now that I'm getting into it, and I've been doing it for, let's say, just the candles. That was the last thing that I did. So I've been doing that for probably the past 6 months, that's what I've been doing it for, and that's kind of really taken off. I'm quite surprised because there are so many people doing candles, but people just, I don't know whether it's they see a stall and the smell that comes out of the stall, they want to come and approach and have a look. And I think, I know what kind of market are attracted to my candles. It's normally females, but I also get males, and they're between the ages of, I would say about 30, just past 30, so about 32. And I've had women in their 60s come to the stall. I've kind of like wondered why not the older ones, but I would suspect that as you get past that age, let's say that you're 75, right? I think that your sense of smell isn't as great, so you don't really care. Anyway, that's my theory. But yeah, so that's my range. It's normally women who have got money to spare, and they're between the ages of around 32 to around 60. I'm not saying there's some younger ones and some older ones, but generally that's my my cohort, or whatever you like to call it, my person, client, whatever. Yeah, so that's my person. Yeah, I'm having a great time, like looking and doing these beads and also creating these candles. And I also do wax melts, and I'm just starting to touch on and put together some car fresheners, so that I'm doing that. But yeah, like I don't really want to extend past that, but the stuff that I'm doing, love it, absolutely love it. And I think for me, I like connecting with people and just getting to know people of different backgrounds, different ages. I really enjoy talking to people, whether it's the other store holders or just a customer that's come in and just to smell. And I generally give those ones a free sample to take away with them. I can generally tell what kind of scent that they would enjoy, so I give them a sample to reflect that. But yeah, I'm having a great time. Just recently, I've decided to lease out a stall. My stall is going to be at the Wanneroo Markets, Bay 45, Dreamy Creations. So that's where I'm going to be located for the near future. Not sure what's going to happen after, depending on how I do there, like whether that's something that population of people would like, then I'm quite happy to stay there and balance my job with my stall. It would be nice if at some point I would just have my stall to focus on, because I absolutely love working for myself. But that's something I can think about later down the track. At this point, it's not even a thought, because there's so much for me to do and so much for me to achieve before I reach that point. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about my business adventure, and I wanted to share the things I've been going through, and I'm going to keep sharing so that you come along for the ride, and I'm going to let you know all the things that I've encountered. Whether that's good or bad, I'll take you with me and we can talk and you can see what I do. I don't want it to be a perfect journey where, like if it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. But, if it does, then, and I inspire you to do the same, then that's great. Okay. I look forward to sharing more stuff. My store opens up this Saturday, and I think it's the 7th. I won't be open on Friday, but I definitely will be open on Saturday, and I'll be sharing that with you. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.